The Origins of Life, Chi Creation, Part 2. So we're talking about how we evolved from trees, and like how to appropriate the horn shape. So like we can see the roll of a wave, how that's like the inside part. So that's why it's got its point and all that kind of stuff. So then you can see how you can relate it to plants as well, because it's got that pine cone effect towards it, and you can see like a bit of a coil there, how it turns in that way, how pine cones do. So like appropriating it, like when you get antlers, you know, and horns on mammals and stuff like, oh, that frog we looked at on the previous, hold on, that one. And see, for it to have these shapes, that's like the inner part of that wave. So you got that concave, you know, how it's formed and stuff. So in the same way as this, but we can see it in the plant shape there. So, like appropriating its teeth, we know that they're of the wave, each tooth shape. So then, you know, each part of that is becoming part of this. So then it becomes part of that roll. As you can see it shape better, you can see it line better as well, how it coils. And teeth, that wave. You know, it's all part of it, isn't it? And these are like all like the cells of the water. Each peak and trough is gonna like, it's showing you where the energy vibration is between each cell. You know, the pressure, you know, it's gonna like, you know, there has to be pressure for it to move. So like, even though you probably can't squash water, but there's got to be that allowance of energy to pass through it and stuff. Which is like why the focus of this, you know, why the horn is so important in so many ways. That's like the yin to the yang of the wave, of the turning, you know, the male and the female. So you've got, you know, the female would be the roll of a wave. So you've got like the male and female anatomy in that kind of sense and stuff, and the motion of it as well, how that kind of facilitates like that kind of suggestion in that kind of sense and stuff like, and why animals have that kind of nature, all that kind of thing. So so we see it here. We see like the roll up wave, like the way it caves in, and then the roll up wave coming over. So like again, it's two ways. It's always two ways, because it's a reflection, and it does it shows you both aspects of it. So you got the roll of a wave there, but when you've got the point of the horn there, so it curls and tapers. So it's doing two things. As we've noticed before, like the crocodile mouth, you know, you kind of expect it to go forwards, but it's really good at going sideways. And when you look at the side of it, it's just a row of teeth, like the side of a wave, or the front of a wave. So you're getting the same thing. So this is a focus onto the the inner part of that wave. You can see where the eye is and all that kind of thing, which we kind of discussed that kind of topic before, but it's part of it. So it's like, you know, not the horn, opposed to when you do get horns and stuff. I suppose like look at his teeth in that way. But so when you got your horns here, and how the tree like, you know, you compare it like that. So when we looked at that knot in wood, and then we can compare that 3D aspect of it, because that's a cross section. It's a knot, you know. So now when we see that in that kind of sense, that's like the inner part of that wave. So if the wave continues to roll and gets bigger, then that's how tree limbs grow, you know. And also like focus with the sunlight going inside it and all that information which gets carried through, and then, you know, that's used for, you know, whichever type of tree, you know, or animal creature. So you can see the roll-up wave there again. So it looks like the horizon in a sense and stuff like. So you've got the eye there as well. So it just appropriates it for what this is in that kind of sense. So that'd be that way. And it's either the light in the wave. You see details in it, can't you? So it's like inconsistent. Like it's crashing parts of the wave and stuff. It's even got the teeth parts. Like segmented. And you've got these. Like fulfilling the rest of the shapes of the patterns that the sun makes in the sky. Which we kind of touched on earlier, but on a previous one. But also because of the association of the horns and why they kind of follow those patterns and stuff. Yeah, it's the same as the antennas on the insects. So here we've got the roll of the wave, of the wall of the wave, and the eyes peeping out, poking out, and then the sunlight catching in there. It's like the importance of that aspect of the sun getting into the wave. Again. The sunlight on beak. I suppose that's like the the sand as well. So you got it here, you got wall at wave, and then you got all the froth coming up at top at wave, which is forming wave and stuff. So again, it's all part of everything else. And then alt colour. Oh yeah, it's got its line as well. You can't see it very well, but it's a line there, and you can see where all feathers are pushed against that line. And it kind of follows it down. So like from the eye, the peacock feather. Silent fish. See it roll at wave, a wall where eye is, and froth at the top. So you see how it becomes, like the detail becomes like disrupted. It's like broken up in that kind of sense and difficult to see. It's like the roll of a wave, and then it's all broken. It becomes white spray. You know what I mean? And there's no more. The light can't get through. You know what I mean? It can only get so far, kind of thing. You see wall at wave, and it's crashing round, and then it's all spray. It's especially where its stomach is. Yeah, it's like eating, digesting all sand and pebbles, all that kind of stuff. Seaweed. The sun. Which is part of it all, really. Oh, just sunlight at the top and stuff. That's with wall, you know. It's kind of important because of the horn. You see how with like the beak shaped as well, how it kind of connects with it in that sense. Again with sunlight. And in its mouth as well. So again with sunlight, the importance of it, you know. Because it's the both, and it's the communication between the wave and the sun. So when all that kind of comes together, and we looked at those flowers at the beginning, like the flower buds, how they kind of spiral, you know, as they unfurl. So you've just got like a froth of a wave afterwards, rather than it being on top of it and everything else. So the wall of the wave's there. It's just that it hasn't turned above the eye. It's kind of like, it's building up. It's about to turn. So there's no froth in it yet, but it's got it all down here. So you got the same on that. It's like a repeated pattern, I think. And you got skunks. And we've got this pattern. So when we were talking about on the first series, we were talking about water, reflections of love and light. That was the first thing. Not skunks as such, but you see how like it's got one there and then another one, and now I see it as a reflection. But at the beginning, I was like thinking like something going through the water and creating these patterns and shapes. But a wave does it itself, so it's unnecessary. So you've got your wave here and another wave there. It's a reflection, but at the same time, it's which is a reflection of which. And so they could both be individual waves, in that kind of sense. But it has to be a reflection because you've got your center line, there's that line to mark it as well. So where your eyes are reflected and all that kind of thing. And then all your splashing, the ocean splashing like that. And more splashing. And again, the wave, you see it's like the wall of the wave. I suppose the eye runs along with body, as that's like the wave which is turning over. Sometimes it's that way, but you still got your face, you've got your wall, where the eyes are in a row. Sometimes to change direction, like the seashell, it shows you the spiral, where it's a different stage of a wave, all your froth. So I found some dolphins swimming through that algae water. It's bioluminescent and stuff. And it's like it looks like two trails. Its fins are sticking out, so is that what causes it? And it kind of looks like that with the skunks, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a similar pattern. So it's just interesting to look at. I don't think it is that as such. It's like the wave was there before life, so, for it to create life. It couldn't have had the dolphins there in the first place. So examples of them. But if you consider it's just one wave and it's just reflected, it's like, different times and stuff, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's an individual memory on each side, but it's like the body itself is a reflection of itself, so it has to go, in sync in that kind of way. But if I'd found this in the beginning, I would have thought that was it, you know what I mean? Because that's what I thought at the beginning, in a sense, where my intuition were kind of leading me towards and stuff like that, but more about just the wave itself. So you can see the wave anyway, especially like how the hair kind of works with it in that kind of sense. You got your tree of life. You could turn it upside down as well, because you got like a tail part to the tree of life. It depends which way you want to go with it and stuff. Like you got that could be top and then go down, and then you got the head as the tail. So I think you got one on top and then one underneath, but one's upside down to the other one. So you got another example. you got this shape. So the line goes through the eye, so we can see that's like the wall of a wave. It's like common on the mammals and stuff that we looked at earlier. And it follows that wave shape, and then the teeth of the wave, how it's all incorporated into the shape of the body and stuff. It's got the spine, but it looks like it's got another wave in a sense, so it's like two waves. We saw that fish, didn't we, with like a humpback fish. So you can see it better there. And so, yeah, appropriating it. You know, it's like, you know, this is why your nose exists in that kind of way. While we have a dip between it. And so, another look at the wave. Looks like the bioluminescent waves as well. The sunset. It's all froth. Can I zoom in? All froth at bottom. Look, going back into the wave. It's all little spots. And wave crashing over. Sky. In distance. Water running back in. Even reflective area. The reflecting sunlight in distance. Your wave again. You see all individual teeth. Like you can see, there's a line for each one. And some of them are really good. I like looking at them. It's all froth splashing. Like I say, at its stomach, so that's where its digestion is. This is why you've got an S shape to your back. It's because it's part of it's crashing over. So it's the time which is involved as well. Because it could have done it all crashed over, but it's not. It's kept the full kind of curl. More white there as well. Yeah, like the teeth of a wave, how it rolls over, it leaves these lines. Same again. This is like being above and looking down at the ocean. You see all the waves individually into distance, a bit of sky at top. And then even in this area, it looks like waves which are like onto the shore kind of thing. You know, that bottom wave like crashing over a little bit as well. It's that inconsistent lines that we have. These look really good when you see them in a fish shop, in a pet shop. See how the lines seem to go distant. It's like, you know, the foreground waves and then the background ones. See how they seem to go into distance. Yeah, it looks like the sky. A distant one. Up close. Crashing. roll-up wave. So you got all the light coming this way between your teeth and froth and air, which gets mixed in, and sunlight. So I think the light's got this like painterly look, you know what I mean? Because everything's moving and the light's just kind of going through at the same time. And so like why things are kind of see-through. Yeah, you can see quite well there. And this shape is quite important. There's a butterfly I want to show you later. So, but yeah, you can see that arch wave, all the crashing and all this kind of stuff. So again, another one. Like that peacock feather. Another one. That roll-up wave, how it crashes over, it leaves those lines, so it's like that coolie loach we looked at. A worm-like fish. We've got sunset. Again, like black in centre. It's also the wave, so it's gonna like the same. It could be a reflection at sunset. As it's more circular there. The wall of the wave. Oh, the froth. Wall of wave again. This one's quite good. You see it like the wave itself, how it's kind of it kind of creates all the ribs and everything. It's like it's dressed as a skeleton, a fish skeleton, but you can see all the wave patterns within it. You know, after it's done the roll and all the froth kind of melts back into its own equilibrium. So what we're talking about, it rolls over, and then all this water gets caught inside, and there's all light which gets caught in there as well. It's kind of like it will darken it, you know, once you go inside and stuff kind of thing. But which is another aspect of it. And we looked at those pictures underwater, and it creates a dark area. So like how it uses that as a lens or whatever and stuff like. But this is for information. This is for all the light coming into it. As the wave does its thing, it does its breathing, it does its tasting, it does its everything, you know. But as all the light comes in and gathers, you know, like depending on the time of day, the stars, all that kind of stuff, all the luminaries are all involved in it and stuff like. So all that all gets caught in it, you know, just like the bubbles do. See, when the bubbles get caught and then they get dragged up and round and part of it and stuff. I mentioned before, it's like how the guppy's formed, so how it's stretched when all the like the leopard spots become stretched and stuff kind of thing on the guppy. And you get all your different colours as well, depending on the time of day, it's sunset, all that kind of stuff. So again, we're seeing like both the male and the female. Nice greens. For that heart chakra. So colours, all that kind of stuff, shape. up wave, don't it, and stuff like. Oh, splashing as well. That's all important. All lines. But mainly, we're talking about the light. That's how it does that, how it curls into it and stuff. We're talking about the snail shell and all these kind of things. How it forms everything. So it's not just like, because we're like talking about like male and female anatomy and stuff, like it's gonna, it's for everything, you know what I mean? Like focusing on the antlers and all these kind of things, like kind of really does help show, what's going on in that kind of way. There's more to come. I've got quite a few videos lined up for this series. So all that, how it draws, and pulls and stuff like. Oh, colour, oh, froth. Light and water flooding it kind of thing. And it creates its smile as well, which is going to be important. We mentioned it quite a few times. It's a natural aspect of the nature of a realm, It's quite good for colour, but I'm not getting it to focus. So all the energy, how it comes in, all the energy that's stored within each one of these, it's got to go somewhere in that kind of sense, hasn't it? Okay, it crashes out and stuff, like that kind of thing, like, but it's within that crash, within the information stored, it's kind of now part of the memory of the ocean. Like everything about that is now being used in like a different way. To the point that it becomes life. So you got all your colours, all your water building up and stuff as it froze and becomes a tube, you know what I mean, in a sense, and stuff like. It'd probably roll and carry on being a tube and then break up as well. Which, I've got flowers to show you. Like the patterns, how the pollen falls out and stuff. I got all the teeth, everything. It colours as well. It's part of why I took these, because of the colours. And the, all the... So, so yeah, how it captures that colour, how it remembers that colour and then repeats it. So all the rest of the light is also important as well. And so, like I said, the sun, the stars, everything, every time of day, all that kind of stuff is all incorporated into that design and stuff like. So you get different colours. Maybe somewhat in water to make it that colour, rather than being a reflection. But, you get stuff in water, don't you? So that can contribute. Again, just colours, I think. That was good because of were a fish, something we looked at in previous series. Wish I'd that. Oh, you get it quite often anyway, so it's good to see it and stuff. That's all the light. See, like the bone-like structure of it. It's got that element to it in a sense. Yeah, an abundance of colours, which introduces the next episode. which I'll get on with soon. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in a bit. Cheers.